Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm Lucas and welcome back to another F1 Esports onboard POV video, and today we have round 5 at Belgium. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, and let's just jump straight to the action. So on screen now I have the results from round 4 at Austria, where we picked up P6. Yeah, not the result we wanted when we were hoping for quite a bit more than that. It just didn't fold our way towards the end of that race. Yeah, that video is live on the channel as well if you want to check that one out as well before this one, if you're just tuning in. But yeah, otherwise we're starting with our first run of Q1 now, and yeah, always opening up the last chicane to give yourself the best possible run down to La Source. It does make quite a difference actually doing that, so if you're not doing it I would highly recommend it. Using all the road available on the outside, it's actually possible to invalidate on the outside there, which is quite possibly the most infuriating thing you'll ever see on the F1 game, when you invalidate there and you've still got the whole lap to drive around the longest track on the calendar. Flat out through Illusion Radio and DRS open, and now you've got about 3 to 5 business days to think before your next braking zone. Waiting. Braking at the 50 metre board down to 5th gear, using plenty of curb on the left hand side. You've really got to push the limit through that section, and so far this lap's been pretty clean. I mean, there's not been any major dramas. A little bit of understeer through this corner, which is natural, but we pinched the apex up nicely towards the second half. Going through No Name, one of the hardest corners to push the limit when you're under pressure, because the rear end's got a mind of its own sometimes. Going into Podium now, everything was working. Everything just seems to be flowing really nicely. The lap's been really smooth so far, so not a bad start to qualifying. Got to use a lot of curb on the inside on the right hand side. Short shifting to 6th for the left hander, and then opening up this right hander as much as possible, down to 4th and up to 5th again. And it's been a very, very clean first run of Q1. This is looking pretty good if we manage to finish up this lap, and it could allow us to get through in one run. So that would be really ideal, because then it gives us 2 sets of tyres brand new for both Q2 and Q3. Heading into the bus stop chicane, braking just before 100 metres. We use 4th gear. You can kind of use a lot of different gears into this one. Nice and clean chicane, smoothly on the power, DRS open, and that is that. 42.026, and that is a
very good, Lucas.
Yeah, that should definitely be enough to get us through. And fun fact, we are very glad we got this lap in, because we had a game crash when we were in the pits when everyone was doing their final runs of Q1. So had I not got that run in and we had validated or something, we'd have been out in Q1. So yeah, we did that lap thankfully at a good time, because our game completely crashed when we were we were literally watching everyone do their final runs. So no, not an ideal. Heading on to our first run of Q2 now though, and yeah, we've already negotiated turn 1. Now heading up through Illusion Radio, and yep, DRS open. And yeah, now we have about 3 years to think about what we're going to do before the next braking zone. Finally getting there. Yeah, you can already visually see as well, committing a lot of entry speed into that chicane. Had a bit of a snap on direction change for the final part of the complex sort of. Then short shifting to 5th. How we're going to do through No Name. Oh, look how close that was. That was super sketchy. Now we've got Podium. Oh, a bit of understeer this time. Not quite an optimal line through Podium, but otherwise it's been quite a committed lap. Whether it's been clean and quick, we will have to wait and see. Using a bit more curb on the inside this time. Naturally, we've got quite a bit more grip now, given that it is Q2. Nice and smooth. You can just even see using a lot, just carrying a lot more entry speed on these corners. Maybe suffering a little bit more throughout the corner because we're pushing it a little bit harder this time. But yeah, 8-0 split as we head towards the chicane. And yeah, it would be good if we could put a nice run on the board to kick us off in Q2. Nice entry to the final chicane. Smooth exit and getting on the power. DRS open, and it is a .830, enough to put his P3. Freddie Rasmussen set a pretty decent first run of Q2, to be fair. And yeah, now we're P3 provisionally, and to be honest, this lap could be well and good enough to get us through. But we have the fresh set of tyres anyway, so we just want to keep building the momentum. So heading through La Source for the final time of Q2, and we get a really nice rotation in that on that apex, and we got a fantastic launch on the exit, and we're 400s up, which is a big chunk given that sector 1 is effectively comprised of just the one corner, given everything else is flat out. Heading now down to the end of the Camel Straight. I don't need to stall anymore. Braking at the 50-metre board, just sending it in with a lot of speed, using all the road, and this time a very smooth direction change. And look at that delta. We are flying in the start of this lap so far. Heading into the downhill right-hander, short shifting from 3rd to 5th. Oh, getting the power on, and we get a better angle this time on the exit of No Name, and we do gain time despite that on the limit snap of oversteer, pushing through on this time all the way out to the track limit. We are 1.18 up. This lap is looking, you know, we don't really need to go much quicker in the sense to, you know, be safely through to Q3, but we are miles up at the moment. We actually lost 200s through that high speed right hander, and even again we lost even more times. We actually lost half a tenth there towards the end, just pushing a tiny bit too hard, just trying to carry that extra little bit of speed. Because we knew we had a bit of margin in hand, so we're just pushing on a bit at the end of this Q2. And yeah, just one more set of corners to negotiate, braking really heavily now for the final time. Just so smoothly executed. How's the exit looking? Not massively better, but it's enough to do a 6.83, puts us P1 at the moment for Q2. And yeah, that is us very safely through to Q3. And I actually don't think that lap was safe anyway, but yeah, anyway, me talking rubbish aside, we got through safely into Q3, which is the main thing. So yeah, first run of Q3 now, the business end of qualifying, heading into the source, getting it stopped, maybe a little bit too early on the brakes because we're a little bit tight on that apex to get the launch, but nonetheless nice and clean to kick off the qualifying. And now I need to think about what to say for the next 10 days before we reach the next corner. How's the weather today outside? Pretty dark and gloomy. It's Scotland, it's always wet outside. Oh, there's a corner. Braking at 50 metre boards as usual, using all the road available. But we actually carry too much speed into that that left hander, and it compromised our line. So yeah, not ideal through that section. Having a bit of understeer through the exit of this long right hander, going through No Name, and yeah, not actually looking too good so far this lap in general. So we've got a bit of time to make up. We're pushing through, pull on now all the way to the limit, all the way to the white line, and that's actually invalidated our lap. So yeah, we were over pushing to try and make up that lap time, but I mean, I guess the only thing that was in my defence was the lap didn't turn out to be very good at all. But yeah, never ideal to invalidate a lap, because it means that your next lap has to be valid. It has to absolutely get on the board. But you know, the bottom line was I felt like I had good pace at Spa. So let's see how we hook it up now, heading through La Source for the final time, and we get a bad exit. We were gaining so much through that corner, but we had a bit of wheel spin on the exit. But the positive is, at very least, we are up on our delta. So yeah, not an ideal start to this Q3. We did feel like we had good pace in Spa though, which was the only thing that I had to keep in mind. So we just had to try and hook it up in Q3 now, braking late into this right hander. How's it going to be through the left? Downshifting to 4th and up to 5th again through this right hander. We gained a 10th and a bit, so we are up quite a bit now to start this lap. A bit earlier into this apex this time, short shifting to 5th. How's No Name going to be? Short shifting to 6th. It was clean, but it wasn't 100% committed as it could have been. Heading through Puon, and too late on the turn in. We were just a little bit too late on getting the car in there. 2/10 up at this point in the lap. Using plenty of curb on the inside, short shifting to 6th, having a correction of the steering, not just not getting that forward motion through these corners. And it's been a clean lap, but it's not been a good lap. We've only got a 5-6-4 split, so not ideal at the moment in this qualifying. We've just not been able to execute, you know, just not been able to carry the speed the way we wanted through this lap. It's just all been scrubbed off one way or another, just from a little bits of corrections here and there. We've got it all to do into this final chicane now, get into that apex firstly, but we're too tight on this left hand apex. Got it on, we just lose time. That's a 300s down, and it's only a 5.8, which is hugely disappointing. And as you're about to see, that was P7, and the most painful part for me of this qualifying is the lap that I did in PSGL pre-season would have been enough for P3. So yeah, it's almost a little bit embarrassing to go slower than that. On my side, I'm talking about here, than yeah, to not get that lap. But we've got that all behind us now. We've got a strategy to execute. We start on the medium tyres now and get a phenomenal launch. Everyone else around us is on the hard tyres. So the way we're going to make time up in this race is we're going to do the alternate strategy, which means one thing, and that is we need to make overtakes, and a lot of them at that. We've got to try and negotiate as many cars at the first end of this race as we can. And yeah, we've so far successfully managed to get up 2 positions at the start of this race, using all the energy now, chasing Thomas Ron ahead of us, tucking into that slipstream. He goes the inside, we go the outside, and we send it as late as we can on the brakes. He actually nudges a bit on the entry. We got on this curb and a big snap of oversteer, so we actually make a bit more contact. I make sure to not gain an advantage by it. I gave him plenty of room around the outside, did not gain any distance there, but we send it round the outside now, and we actually make a tiny bit more contact, so we have a little bit of oversteer. But crucially, we have gained 3 positions on lap 1. That is exactly what as I have a huge snap of oversteer, that is exactly what our strategy needed in order to make something of this race. So easily can we not make places in this start. We could, maybe stay P7 and our race is over, and going into this race, I believe my championship lead was just 11 points to the man leading this race, Frederick Rasmussen. So it was critical that I made those moves. If I didn't make those moves and I'm maybe 1 position behind, 2 positions behind at this stage in the race, then the end result would look a heck of a lot different. So heading now towards the end of lap 1, chasing on now Josh Edo ahead of us, and yeah, preferably we just need to pass cars as they arrive on us. We cannot wait. We just need to blast our battery, get past as many as we can, and get ahead of as much hard runners before we decide to make our pit stop, whenever that may be. So heading into turn 1 for the second time, and yeah, just gaining bit by bit on the cars ahead. Naturally, Dirty is a little bit annoying, and everything's really low downforce at Spa, but winding on towards the end of sector 2 on lap 2, and you can see now we are right on the back of the gearbox of Josh Ezo with our ERS now getting deployed. And yeah, we're starting to close and close and close. You can see me tapping on and off the battery, and now what we're going to do is we're going to blast the battery a tiny bit, and we're going to go up the inside, and we're not actually, strictly speaking, going for an overtake here, because there's a good chance that Josh, as we actually nearly lose it on the exit there, there's a good chance that Josh would just slingshot past us. But the crucial thing that we've just done there is we have just cost Josh the DRS to Barry ahead of him, as it's the start of lap 3, and as we come up to the detection point now, Josh will not have DRS, which means we can just get past, and it means that we'll do it without wasting as much battery. So the move into the bus stop wasn't so much to overtake, but it was more to upset the car. And that is what a treat for us, as we're now up into P3, and you can see me weaving my DRS there just to say thanks for Josh, thanks to Josh, sorry, for not making our lives too miserable as we nearly crash again on the entry to the Le Combe chicane. So yeah, pushing on massively in this race, just trying to make something of it, because again, our championship rival at this stage in the season is in P1, and we are, we were down in the dumps in qualifying, so that was not what we wanted. But now, skipping on to lap 4, or the end of lap 4, I'm sorry, I should say, we are right on the back of our teammate, and thankfully, and luckily for me, this is the easier overtake that I'll have in this race. But the key thing for me is Barry's obviously helping me out now to get, an optimised strategy for me, but this isn't my race. This is Barry started P2, he's on the regular strategy, and yeah, the aim here was to try and, the aim of the team in this race was to obviously to maximise points on both cars for the team, but this was very much Barry's race in terms of trying to win. Just trying to win. I was just trying to score as many points as I could. Exactly that, make as many points as I could in this race. So yeah, Barry helping me out there, and hopefully I can help Barry out later on in this race. And skipping to the end of lap 5, we are right on the gearbox of Frederick Rasmussen. And I mean, when we started this race, we were hoping maybe to gain, 2 or 3 positions, but to get to the lead of the race was something that, we didn't know if it was going to be easily done. And here we are, start of lap 6, and we are lining up Frederick Rasmussen to take the lead of this Belgian GP here in F1 Esports rounds 5, and this is perfect for our strategy. This could not go any better in terms of where we started on the grid down in P7 as we secure the lead now, and yeah, perfect start to this race. This is, I mean, you dream of this sort of stuff. Yeah, I was so happy with that because I could hear the guys that behind me, the engineers and the strategists, just they were slamming the desk. They were so happy. So yeah, fantastic start to this race, and this, they can hear Barry giving us a let's go there as well. But this is crucial for our race, and this puts us in the fight. This puts us in play now. Lap 7, we actually decide to pit. Now, this was very early. I still think this is very, very early the way we decided to pit, but the method behind all of this, to explain it, was the hard tyres take a minute to get hit up, and we wanted to try and get onto the hard tyres early enough so that we still managed to perform an undercut on the first stint hard runners, if that makes sense. So yeah, boxing early to enable these tyres to fire up, and then hopefully get a bit of an undercut before the cars that were in the hard train decide to box on roughly lap 9 and 10. And yeah, you can hear now, this also allowed Barry to get ahead of Freddie as well, because we weren't the leading car on the train anymore, so that obviously naturally meant that we could, well, we weren't there, so Barry could then get ahead of Freddie. I cannot speak right now, I do apologise. Yeah, you can hear it. Yeah, so it allowed Barry to get ahead of Freddie for when he wanted to box, which I believe is this very lap, on lap 10. And yeah, you could hear our engineer speaking to us. We actually gained, I think it was like, we're just gaining time. We are now performing a successful undercut, but the thing that we need to watch for is obviously we're going to have a pace disadvantage for quite a while now in this second stint. So we've got a bit of pain to go through, and as you can see now, we have a 1.8 gap now to our teammate Barry behind us on lap 11. Now, the next section of the race, I am not actually going to talk over, as I don't feel I even need to. What we're about to listen to now is how we as a team work together to secure the best possible result, and I hope you enjoy this listening.
I got DRS from Lucas. Doing great, good to see you. Yeah, I think it's better if I pass Lucas this lap. Yeah, yeah, let me go, let me go. Thank you. If you want, I can keep you in my DRS. Then we are Gucci.
Just drive for now. But yes, I would like that. If you do that, we're Gucci.
Yeah, I will do that.
The mediums all run out of advantage if I can stay like this.
Just let me know where, what should I do?
Don't worry, I would never want to be past you. I want to stay like this.
Should I back off a bit?
No, you're fine for now.
I'm not using any ERS, I'm not using any ERS.
Understood, Sebastian Job's right there, but
Josh was on 20% last lap, and Rasmussen has pretty much no battery.
Yeah, Rasmussen no battery. Job when you can. Job when you can. Barry, this is good. Got this, thank you.
Wilson, repeat please.
You're fine. Jonah told me Job has like 20% when we released the pit, so he doesn't.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, Job about 20% confirmed. Come on, chill. Let's chill. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
I'm down, man. It's loud.
I know. I'm speaking with Lucas. Can you give me
Ready 25.
Give it to us.
Ready 25.
Freddy's recharging, so Job will let Freddy go eventually, so we just need to...
Yeah,
the more laps we do like this, the better my tyres will be. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm not pushing anything.
Yeah, legend Logan.
If you need me to drive it slower, just let me know. What? I know.
Freddy's right on that.
Yes. Yeah. Me and Lucas are speaking, Jonah. Just leave it to us, please.
Ah, here comes Freddy.
He didn't have that much battery, I heard, so he was out of the pit. He didn't have it. He's on 17.
I have
Ready?
more.
Okay, good. I'm just keeping you there. I'm looking
I
at.
have 30 odd. I'm interested to see how Freddy plays this. If you could back off a tiny bit more, that'd be ideal. I need some suction.
Copy.
On the main
I'll be
straight,
lovely.
since Freddy's right on that.
Copy. How much you want?
Freddy's backing out of that.
Hey, you're fine.
Freddy's right on there. I don't know, he's just trying to recharge his battery. Again, the longer this race goes, the better.
Yeah.
That would be his main target, to recharge and then get that battery, so it's good, I
got
guess.
you, bro.
Yeah, we'll give it this to worry, I'll do everything I can. If I can't hold on, I will protect.
All good. Okay, I heard from Jonna. Yeah, on the main straight. I heard from Jonna that you have so much more ERS than Freddy.
Yeah, he's on the line.
Okay, should I back a little bit? Yeah, I will.
Yes.
Should I use yours as well?
Go. Yeah, you have to. Freddy's on me. Freddy must be using everything he's got.
I know.
Battery, I'll try and recharge.
Oh, I will back up if you want. Yeah, I'm not. You should drive away. No, I can keep Lucas in my DRS. Yeah. Lucas, should I go away or keep you in the DRS?
Please stay for now, you're not too far.
Copy. I'm not pushing at all.
I mean, obviously I'm going to ask for your DRS, but like my point is I'm still in the fight, I'm still here.
Yeah, if you can make it 3 laps more, you're on it.
Yeah, I know, Freddy's just there.
I know, Jonna, but we're trying.
He used a lot in the last lap.
Understood, bye, just try and give me a little bit.
Okay.
Ready 20%.
Freddy has 20%, Freddy has 20%. Should I push or not? Yeah, I have to.
Just gonna go for it. Can't do anything, I'm sorry, that's it. Go by. Oh shit! Oh, no, it's about.
How much yours for a deal?
Try everything I can. I'm doing everything I can. Barry, go on. Yeah. Barry, if Freddy flashing, Freddy's flashing.
Freddy's flashing? Okay,
yeah,
okay,
flashing. Try. Oh, here comes Josh. You want fresh cars.
Josh around 40%.
When did Josh box?
End of 10.
Yeah, I remember.
Cool.
Okay.
So I'm back, but yeah, now heading towards the end of lap 21, and Barry is still leading this race at the moment, and he is, yeah, you could hear me just referencing, remember the test race, because we were testing some stuff out in a test race before this one, to, yeah, obviously with defensive tactics and stuff like that. So heading on to the last lap now, Barry leading this race on the way to hopefully his first win in F1 Esports, and my god would it be deserved, because he deserves it just so bloody much. You guys don't understand how quick this guy is. But yeah, heading now to the Rouge. Unfortunately for us, we're just not close enough, nor do we have the battery to catch Josh Edo ahead of us. But you can see just in the distance now, Barry defending the inside of Frederick Rasmussen and holds the position. So he is in the lead now, heading through the middle sector of this lap, which is, you know, that is a very, very good thing indeed, to try and hold on to the win. He just has to hold on now into the bus stop chicane, and he will be an F1 Esports race winner, which, you know, this was the first event that we were racing together in MTC, and it would be such a moment to share with him if he managed to pull it off, heading now through Pouon for the final time in this race. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed that listening, because yeah, there was a lot of team play there at stake. I mean, you know, we just tried our best to maximise points on both cars, and complete hats off to Barry, because he was really selfless in many situations where, you know, he could have technically just drove off into the distance, but then I would have sunk like a stone. So
how much he got?
It's, you know, it was amazing teamwork, and something that I'm really, you know, grateful to have been a part of. And yeah, heading now to the bus stop chicane for the final time in this race. Barry defends to the inside, holds the position, and he is ahead going in to the chicane, and he is about to become an F1 Esports race winner.
Let's go! Oh, let's go! Oh, yes, let's go! I am the F1 Esports winner! I did it! I did it! I did it!
Naman.
I did it! I did it! I did it! I did it!
Honestly, that was probably one of the best moments of the season, just to, yeah, be a part of that moment, because I know myself what it's like to, you know, constantly be chasing that dream of winning a race, or to be, you know, even fighting at the front. So to see that emotion in person from someone, you know, as passionate as I am with, you know, regards to racing, is, yeah, it was such a special moment. And yeah, I was so happy for Barry to pick up this win, and the team was just buzzing because, yeah, I guess on our side we managed to jump up to P4 as well, which was a fantastic recovery, and Freddie only outscored us by 6 points, so it meant our championship gap was, I believe, 5 points heading into round 6. So yeah, amazing teamwork by the whole team in this race. We managed to maximise both cars, great points, and yeah, it was a bit risky, some of the strategy and some of the things we were playing in that race, and I mean, but we managed to pull it off, and yeah, it was I really enjoyed making this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this onboard POV, because yeah, it was one of the more action-packed races this whole season, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, hope to catch you guys in the next video, but in the meantime, take care everyone, love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, ciao.